my sister went to back to the reception in Rhode Island.
Oh, I know them all, and I know all I know people from all of them.
I was the only heathen that went to public school. But I'm more faithful than they are now, so.
There we go.
All right, we are live.
Okay, full house too. So we'll get started. So first off, we'll call the meeting to order and set the agenda. So do I have a motion on the agenda?
Second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. There we go. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's
You're
fine.
the primary, Deb.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
All right. And moving on to adoption of the minutes. Similarly, do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt minutes.
Second. Okay. All right, so first on our agenda, Jamie, I think you were gonna lead us with any updates on our 2020 Arbor Day.
So I just sent an email out to everyone. Cassidy was able to pull the list of the vendors that we reached out to last year. So we've got, it's kind of broken down to the vendors who attended and then the vendors who we reached out to but weren't able to attend. Last year what we did is kind of everybody split up the list and reached out to who they either had a connection with or someone that they just thought would be easy for them to reach out to. So I was thinking we'd do the same thing again this year and kind of divvy up the list.
Okay. Yeah, I know, we have time, but I don't, do we want to pull that up now or next meeting? Oh, okay,
It's
all
in
right.
everybody's email, but I
Okay.
can just call them out if that helps. And then if you want to just, somebody want to be like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if there aren't too many, maybe
There's
just
not
go
a
through
whole
it.
bunch.
I was wondering, is there a reason Girl Scouts is highlighted on the list?
I don't know why it was highlighted, but I know Sarah Vingo was who reached out, she had a troop this year. Do you have a Girl Scouts contact?
I know some Gastonia ones. I can try and find some Belmont ones.
Is anyone at Girl Scouts contact?
Sorry, can't help on that one.
Yeah. I know one. Let me talk to
Okay,
her.
perfect, so I'm gonna put Brooke next to that.
I think I might know somebody who's on the board for Charlotte's Girl Scouts, but I don't know how it all works, to be honest. So
Yeah, I
I
don't-
could ask her and see.
Okay,
How
yeah,
that
if you could both
works.
find out, that'd be great.
And then, I could definitely talk to one of the teachers at our school is really involved in Keep Belmont Beautiful.
Okay, they were there last year.
Who's that?
Miss Zemer.
Yes. And we'll invite their heads as well to meet and kind of do stuff in the planning phase. But if you could get environmental
Environmental
club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can definitely get the
to help
environmental
volunteer,
club.
that would be
Yes.
awesome.
There's like
I'll talk to
nothing
Grayson.
going on.
Yeah, I'll talk to Grayson.
Let's see. A lot of this stuff was stuff that Cassidy and I reached out to, but I'm trying to get, Boy Scouts? Does anyone have a Boy
I
Scout?
know Boy
Yeah,
Scouts.
Boy Scouts too. Let's see. Whitewater Center, I think.
We tried them last year and it was, I guess, too late to get on their schedule for events, but if we try now,
Okay.
then,
Do you
I'm
mind
actually-
taking them?
yeah, I'll do that.
I do have a contact through a friend. I can also try, see
Okay.
if that is
Doesn't
another
hurt.
avenue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tag team it.
Yeah.
What do you want with the Boy Scouts, just so I know to talk to
So
them
the
about?
Scouts last year helped with planting the trees and passing out the tree saplings that we get from the Arbor Day Foundation.
Becky, do you have a contact as well?
I used to work there, but I'm trying to think if I know anybody who's still there, other than the owners. Founders.
Owners work for me.
For Whitewater Center?
Yeah.
Go straight to the top.
I didn't get a whole lot of FaceTime with the customer service. But,
Yeah.
I did,
You know Jeff Wise,
yeah.
just a good friend.
Jeff Wise?
He got that started. I remember when they digging a
Yeah.
hole to start.
Yeah, that's who my friend
time ago.
knows. It's the guy that started it, so that's probably Jeff. then.
So,
Oh, perfect.
all right. This is
Good friend of mine.
The next one that I have on the list is Duke Energy. I know we struggled reaching out.
I've got contacts there.
Okay, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I think
I'm
similarly,
sure
I can.
Jennifer does too.
Yeah, I think that's probably another one we can tackle from multiple angles and see
Yeah.
where we get, so.
You know Martha Thompson?
Know that name.
Martha's over public relations with Duke.
Okay, I'll jot that down. I know more of their sustainability
They have a phone number.
people. But,
I've done a lot with the Belmont Community Organization, so I could probably talk to them.
That would be great.
And I think one of the guys at the Thread Trail used to work at my company, so I can take them.
Yeah, last year they dropped off stuff to the office to be passed out, but they didn't have anybody available to be on site. But if you can reach out to them and they have like an actual booth, I think that'd be awesome.
So Jamie, just to clarify, Duke was involved last year?
They weren't, they said it was
Okay.
too late to kind of
Okay,
get somebody there.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
yeah, so I think it's just a matter of like, what focus do we want them to have, right?
Yeah.
Because I think they have people around like maintaining trees to protect power lines, or obviously like energy efficiency and handing out light bulbs and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, there's that aspect. There's, of course, there's the lake management department too.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, at this point, I'd say we'll take anyone they're willing to give us,
they're-
right?
They're a big animal, so
Yeah.
there's multiple channels we can go through.
One of your new soon-to-be neighbors is with Duke Renewables,
Oh,
working with the microgrid and stuff, so I'll reach out to him and I'll pass
Okay.
your contact to him. You guys could become.
yeah, no, we should definitely connect. All right. And then you mentioned before, like the EV charging, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
So, we could have a whole slew of people from Duke there potentially.
Yes.
Well, we were too late last year, so we'll
Yeah, we'll
get
make up for
everyone
it.
early. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And that makes me think of the Lake Wiley Marine Commission.
That's-
They've been trying to do some
I'm
more
meeting with them
sustainable.
tomorrow.
Yeah, my neighbor's on that
Tomorrow.
board too,
I'll be
okay?
at that meeting.
Okay, yeah, so they might be interested. I know they were at other boating shows in Charlotte, so they definitely are active.
Is that the
Yeah.
one that Neil,
Huh?
is that the one that Neil Brennan is on? The Lake Wylie?
Yeah. We have a meeting on sedimentation in the river and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're trying to do more natural riprap, to avoid kind of the big, stone stuff and get it more plantings and things like that, so,
You know, we're hooking our wastewater up into Mecklenburg County, you know that.
no,
Now, Holly and Belmont partnered up with Charlotte Beck Utilities to run our water under the river, the wastewater, and into their plant that cleans it up.
very good, okay.
We've been dealing with that for how many years now?
Oh, wow.
5 years. We finally got it done.
Good deal. Is that going to be along the Wilkinson Bridge route? Or maybe just south of there?
There's gonna be two things going under the river. Okay, basically to the different plants.
Okay,
So ours is gonna feed in a pipe, yay big, under the river, and cross into the other, treatment plant.
okay,
So that's gonna be great.
good.
It'll help, because if we had to build a new plant, we're looking at $40+ million.
Wow.
Wow.
So is our plant gonna stop being used, the one down there by
Eagle Road?
yeah, no, down by the
Yeah,
river,
the
there's
two
a plant.
rivers.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna stop using that one? Oh, okay,
Yeah, we'll treat water with it.
okay.
Treat water,
but the waste will go-
Wastewater,
Okay.
that's gonna go into Mecklenburg County.
County.
Is Two Rivers what does our wastewater currently?
No, we do our own treatment.
Okay,
But to build a new plant is gonna be very, very expensive.
makes more sense.
The this for about $9 million as opposed to having to build a new one for over $40 million. That's gonna be a lot of money. We're saving a lot of money.
Wow, that's a big step.
And we've been dealing with it for a good while, but it's gonna be a big help.
Other vendors, Goodwill, Goodwill.
I think we had them on the list because we were gonna try to coordinate some kind of
To do
larger
something.
exchange.
Do we want to expand on that? There's an activities part.
Yeah, this is the ones
Under activities.
that were there
Yeah.
last year.
It's,
These are the ones that they reached out
see, it
to.
wasn't as successful last year as we had hoped, but
Things that they-
Yeah, so it's,
Build on it.
yeah, exactly. So like last year, we tried to start small with just doing a book exchange. Originally, we were gonna do a whole like, come donate anything, like clothing exchange, toys, books, everything. We're like, let's just narrow focus and just do books. Then I don't think we did it enough to really get the message out. So like, we were going around driving to find like all the little book boxes and like snagging them and putting them out on the tables there. So like, I mean, we made it work, but it wasn't what we had envisioned, I'd say. So, yeah, if anyone thinks that that's still a good idea and we can kind of tweak it in some ways, I think earlier on is when we were talking about like, oh, let's get like Goodwill and Salvation Army to partner, like Habitat for Humanity, anyone who might actually like bring things of value and still do some kind of exchange, but.
That's to have the community bring things to donate to
Right.
them. What about clothing? Because clothing's so topical, it's such a horrendous environmental,
Yeah,
just...
So I'd say, so the impetus behind some of this was the bulk pickup. So I don't know if you all have noticed, but like in certain areas of the city, when they have the quarterly bulk waste, like there's just tons of stuff like out in people's yards, and we were wondering like, where does all of that go? It all goes straight to the landfill. So we were thinking like, if there's any way to salvage, reuse, like do anything like that, this could be a good way to do it.
The mayor just mentioned an idea of reaching out and partnering with the BCO.
Okay, yeah.
Because they do drives like that.
Oh, yeah.
BCO, yeah, that's
Okay.
So they might know.
Definitely.
Marty Barnes
Keep it in
works
bone.
with the BCO, and I contact her on Marty. But they have a lot of clothes and stuff like that that they give away.
Yeah.
Any additional clothes they could get, or
Yeah.
that'd be a big thing for them.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anybody local, and we were talking maybe about some activities who can maybe do demonstrations on how to reuse stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe just think about that. I know there's more and more artists moving into this area, maybe there's somebody who...
You can get in my wife's closet.
Actually, that's pretty fun. Look what the mayor's doing, leading the charge.
Knock on the door and say, please.
Yeah. She'll love us.
She's a pack rat though, she doesn't do anything.
There's an activities portion under all of these, so we can get into that in just two more minutes. I have a renewable energy company listed, as in like, does anybody know renewable energy company?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think we were thinking for like small scale residential install, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're...
Not commercial or...
right,
Maybe
like if
community
anyone's
size.
showing up, we're interested, yeah.
Do you remember Red,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we all attended something for Red Solar Energy, so I know Red and Renew, and I have contacts in both. and
Yeah.
We can invite one of those, I think that's a perfect thing to do.
Okay.
Actually, we're talking with Renew to
Good idea.
put on a house and possibly our
Is
building.
this renewed by,
The company's called Renew.
oh, it's not renewal by Anderson.
It's the solar.
RENU.
RENU.
And then the one that Becky's talking about is, I think it's Red Group Solar or something like
yeah,
that.
renewable energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Design
but the
group or
connection we had there, we were both in Peace Corps, and so we just kind of connected, and then I invited all my buddies down to meet them.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you
actually,
can reach out to them, that would be awesome.
Renew they've done solar on Southern Roots Garden Center. They've done at the Holy Angels, and so they are pretty active in Gaston County, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe that we can both
And based
tackle
here
it.
in Charlotte. Yep.
That would be awesome. Okay, so I'm writing it down. You can share. Everybody. Home efficiency and LED.
I can invite the same vendor who was there last year. I think that's like the local GE rep. I think he would do that again.
On composting, this is something that we just did by ourselves.
Yeah, didn't Jamie do it?
She just brought, and it was because she had, her own research and knowledge for composting.
If we have a booth, I mean, we could do that. I could borrow Becky's and kind of go through the motions. Becky has a nice compost bin.
It's actually got some good soil in it now,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah, I mean, if we feel confident.
Yeah.
sharing some knowledge.
I was thinking, there's also a company in Charlotte that does a pickup.
Crown Town,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compost,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna bring up, like, has anyone talked to them about expanding out to Belmont?
This,
Yeah?
actually,
Yeah, they said it was too tough, so they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
there's a earth farm in Stanley or somewhere around there. I was looking at compost from them, so there's definitely people in
Yeah. I
in
think-
Gaston. I think it's
Earth
called
farm?
Earth Farm, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like the actual, like, commercial composting
Oh, is that the
facility. They don't do any pickup though, so like they accept from other like local restaurants, and like I think that's where Crown Town brings all of their compost is to them. So Crown Town's really just, picking up. So they have, like, they will sit at farmers markets and people can bring their bins, or they do a couple of, like really local, like Plaza Midwood pickup and I think something in South End.
I'm buddies with a couple of them at Crown Town, so I could ask them to come by. And what they do is it's urban composting. You know, you live in Charlotte, you don't have a backyard, so you bring your compost, anything that can be compost, to them, and then they'll bring you back soil for $8, afterwards. So I think pretty neat, and they sell nice shirts too.
It's a nice story too, so it's like.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even if they can't pick up for Belmont residents, I wonder if they would be able
Willing to accept,
Yeah.
like do
Yeah.
have someone stationed at like the Mount Holly Farmers Market or something, yeah.
If there's enough people committed, they will.
Yeah.
I know they go to a couple places in Charlotte, and the thing with pickup is, is it worth it? Environmentally, so we have to think about that as well, like the transportation from them to get here, to someone to be here and bring it there.
Yeah.
So,
But it sounds like no one else is serving the market here.
exactly.
So I would think they'd be interested from that
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Doug, I know them well too,
Opportunity.
but you want to take that one?
Either one, I have two. so you can have
I was
the
gonna say, I
second.
think both of our lists are getting longer. Yeah, I'll reach out.
Okay. The other ones that I had on there are Gaston County Paws, Belmont Rowing Club, River Keepers, and Lake Valley Marine Commission. I think staff has some contacts for them, so
I'm part of Belmont Rowing Center too, so I can speak to them.
that would be perfect. Okay. So I think that's everything. Yeah, the ones up top on the list were, I know some of Cassidy's contacts, and some are staff departments as well. So we'll have the stormwater pretreatment department out there doing the model that they did last year.
Back to the Girl Scouts, sorry. Do you want them to be helping planting the trees like the Boy Scouts are, or do you want an actual booth for the girls? Like,
Really, it's up to them if they want to do a booth, but last year they just kind of, the Boy Scouts did one tree, Girl Scouts did another tree.
Okay, sounds
And then
good.
we tried to get them to work together, and it was like,
please.
Okay, so,
High school guys had trouble working with high
no,
school.
they were young. Much younger.
I've never seen that.
They enjoyed it though, it was fun. Okay, so the activities we have were the shred truck. There's actually a company in Charlotte that came in just to say hello a couple weeks ago that said that they do shredding events for free. So I cannot remember the name of them, but Cassidy talked to them and got their information, so we can hopefully have this shredding event as part of the event again.
Shredded does that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're very similar to Shred. They would just do it for free. Log rolling was something that we brought in. It was I don't know if all of y'all saw it. It's like a big pool and the kids can try to stay on the logs without falling. Logs, they're inflatable. But it was just something else fun to have out there. There was a face painter and then the book exchange. And I think we did the ladybugs. We had a ladybug release, so that's something we want. We can reach out to them as well. But yes.
I don't remember why Daniel Stowe's not on this list.
They're up at the top. They
Okay.
had somebody scheduled, and then like last minute weren't able to attend, but they were going to do a tree identification thing.
Okay,
So we can reach back out to them.
okay.
What is your event schedule?
Let's see, it was April
18th.
Thank you.
It's after tax season, thank God.
But before Earth Day.
Yes.
I think it's before Earth and after Arbor, right? Between
It's
or
before both.
before both? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it may be.
Are there any other activities that you want to add?
If you need help on Daniel's stove, I've got a connection there too.
Okay, that would be great, yeah.
With the activities, are they meant to be just, where you, because I see two different types. One where you'd have people actually like sign up and commit to, attending like an educational type activity, or you'd have just general ones like, show up and you can plant a tree, or you can, release ladybugs. Do you have any thoughts on what worked, with other events, or, what we want to do? Do we want, for example, at the Flow Fest at the Whitewater, they had build a rain barrel. Somebody did that. I'd have to track down who did it, but that's a nice one that gets the community engaged. Build a composter, pallets. Apparently you can build pallet composters. Repurposing items in the home, artists, those kinds of things where it takes a little bit more work to kind of get people to, say, hey, I want to attend, or, maybe we don't have to do it that way. I don't know, just to have it be show up.
I think it's interactive is better, because it's mostly families there, so especially if anything's kid-friendly,
Yeah.
or they can help out.
Yeah, or I guess we could have a schedule and say that it's twice in the day, or once in the day, and show
publish
up.
that schedule in advance. Just-
Yep, because that's always fun, then people,
Yeah,
it seems to work well for Whitewater to do that.
probably won't get anybody there all day to wait around for events. So if it's scheduled
Yeah,
and you know it's
scheduled,
going
This is the Arbor Day.
Yeah.
That's the Arbor Day.
it may work best.
Yeah.
We tried to do a rain barrel, build your own rain barrel thing through Wells Fargo Green Team, and we ran into the problem of, like, you have to know how many people are going to attend so that you have the right number of materials, and it was really difficult to, like, get people to sign up, but then they wanted to know how many spots we had. That was dependent on how many people signed up. It was kind of like
And that's what I was worried,
difficult.
like, if you make it too structured, so maybe it's almost like come and watch a demonstration and you
Demo, and then you kind of order your materials after
Yeah,
or something.
it'll be on our website or something
Yeah.
like that, because I agree, if you get too structured, it doesn't, it's not successful.
It's hard.
Yeah. And on that line also, if we want to do like passive energy, my husband's a lead certified architect, so we could, do things like that, passive solar, anything like that in that vein, if we are interested in just, educational type show up and learn events.
Demonstrations are a neat idea, so we decided to do it in Stone Park. There's a picnic shelter right up that would be a great location to do demonstrations.
Yeah.
But, totally up to you all, if that's what you want to do. I don't think we've ever done anything like that. So I know last year we focused more on like not selling crafts, we wanted activities. So if we could keep the activities and then have educational components and demonstrations, I think that would be neat.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So I think if we'll, kind of use that as our center stage, right, and announce like the tree plantings, and then maybe do like a rain barrel demo, and you just have a couple of different educational sessions spaced out.
Okay.
I like that.
I like
Do
that,
you
yeah.
guys have contacts for who could do these demonstrations, or?
I'm happy to take a stab at, just those couple of ideas I mentioned, and then, put a draft together for next time, and we'll send it out, and then we can brainstorm whether that's the right direction, how many we think makes sense.
That would be awesome.
All right.
I'd be happy to help you, because we did some of that with Wells Fargo Green Team, and so I can see what our contacts were. Sometimes it's Charlotte specific, so it's hard, but at the very least, we could get maybe somebody to come out and talk to us.
Awesome.
even if it's
Okay,
Charlotte
let's do it.
specific. Yeah.
Cool.
And we had talked about having beekeepers there last meeting for the Bee City thing. I don't know if anyone knows.
I've got a contact for the
Okay.
local ones.
That's a good point, because we're Bee City too.
Yes, we are.
And don't we have hives somewhere
Yeah,
now?
they're right here behind the community gardens.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
Yeah, I think those are privately owned, right? They're not, they're not Belmont's, but it's something we could point out, though.
Yeah, because I get on Facebook, I see updates about the bees all the time.
think she's got
Or,
I want to say she's got 4 now.
I mean, I would love to learn more about how to.
Yeah, I was
how
gonna
to
say,
manage it.
that'd be an interesting demo.
Yeah, I'd sign up for that.
About beekeeping.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
for
another one.
sure.
Okay.
That's something kids would probably like, you know?
Yeah.
we keep those for a beekeeper. And we buy our honey all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh,
They,
we should have honey vendors, yeah?
Last year, they brought local honey vendors, and then they had like the beekeeper suit for children to kind of try on and see what that felt like, and then they had open hives for them to look at. So yeah, it was through Gaston County that we got that, but, right.
It's perfect.
It's like the beekeepers of Gaston County, I think, is what it's called.
And actually, that makes me think of other vendors that were at Flowfest at Whitewater. I think it's Recover does, T-shirts that are natural. There was somebody doing a soap that's a soap, a shampoo, and, all in one that doesn't have any plastic. I mean, there's some fun things out in Charlotte, so.
I'll say, if you know, can you send them? or
Yeah,
send
I
links
took
and
their
all?
business cards, so actually I'll just
Yeah,
go
that'd
find
be
those.
perfect.
I think I asked this before, but do we have a limit on vendors, or can we just go wild?
We're only limited by the size of the park.
Shoot for all of them, and then we'll see what we get.
Right.
See what we get.
Had to be up to Mark.
Have a lot of vendors,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
I was brainstorming one day, and I have a list.
So I could bring, at the very least, I could bring those, maybe we could get somebody from that company to come and talk about the process.
Yeah, because it has to be an interesting process that
Yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah.
I didn't hear them.
Oh, no, I said I was brainstorming one day, and I have a list. I have a pretty long list of vendors
Potential
and stuff.
vendors, ones that are-
Just, like LED lighting, controls, cloth diapers, compost companies. It's a very long, in-depth list of a lot of companies.
All the
And
environmental,
exactly, yeah.
that's good.
So,
I could demonstrate cloth diapers.
there you go.
I could bring some unused ones, I haven't used them. See how they work.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring some before and some after.
No, that's awesome. I mean, there's a lot of people, moms out there that would be really interested.
Yeah,
For
you
sure.
say cloth diaper and some people's face go like, what? What are you doing?
We had he's a solo artist for entertainment last year. Do you want to reach out to him again, or does anybody have any other connections or ideas as far as music or entertainment? We can always just go the DJ route as well.
I liked him.
Yeah, I remember thinking he was really good.
And I think he was at something else in town, and he
He
was,
plays at Opera a lot,
okay.
but he's a local musician, so I'll ask Cassidy to reach back out.
Sounds good.
Alright. We feel like we have enough tasks with Arbor Day to move forward.
I think so, yeah.
I was gonna ask, the Carolina Thread Trail, I see that it's listed on there. Is there, we sought them, but that didn't work out?
Yes, they provided materials to us to
Oh,
pass
sorry.
out.
Okay, gotcha.
But they weren't able to, they didn't have anybody available to come, so, but they gave us I think it was brochures, chapsticks, stickers, kind of just promotional material to have out, so we had it at our table.
It might be a good idea, James, to get Waste Management. Waste Pro.
Yes, Waste Pro is on the list, I wrote them down.
Because they have a lot of things on recycling and waste going into
Yeah.
Yeah,
trash.
could
That'd
be.
be good to get them to put on a demonstration.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and
Some of that.
educational. Let's add that to the list.
Perfect. What was the estimate turnout last year? No, that'll be asked.
Let's say we said between like 300 and 400,
Yeah.
is that right?
And it was it seemed like a constant 150, and then when the Ladybug release came out, it doubled.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people just doubled.
3 to 4.
What was that last year?
It was at the Riverfront Park, Kevin Lofton.
Kevin Loftus Park, okay.
Okay, so what's
That was it, that one was there.
the typical attendance for the downtown events, though?
The downtown events, I think they're like 1,000 people to 2,000.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get closer.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that.
When you're reaching out to your,
800, yeah. It's 800 to 1,000.
Yeah, it felt like the Halloween event was well attended.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw that. I didn't even realize it was going on, and I came downtown and I ended up like walking through it with my friends.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you get a lot of foot traffic where people
Yeah.
didn't even know was happening, but they'll stop by, yeah.
In the past, I don't think we have, but we can ask, we have that
Okay.
capability of moving it and incorporating Green Street.
So blocking the streets, I don't know if they do that or not.
Yeah. I don't think they have in the past for this event.
not for this one. Okay.
They do on Friday night lives and stuff like that, but it's tough to do it during the day and stuff. That's why we haven't had our Veterans Day celebrations, where we had it for the Fighting Yank before, because the train would come by and stuff like that. It would be a difficult thing for people to get
During the
through.
day.
But you can ask.
Yeah, well, I'll ask.
And I can definitely talk to the environmental club at our school about getting volunteers, but if we think we need more volunteers, I can put it out to the entire National Honor
That would
Society.
be great, yeah, Ed made a club, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody needs hours.
All the students.
Yeah, I'll get
I'll leave me.
all that out.
And what about, the local businesses? Does the city have a list of the business, or I'm part of Montrose Chamber of Commerce, or would that be a better, just to, give them a heads up that if they, wanted to be, part of this? I mean, did you reach out to them last year?
Last year, we kind of,
tell this one.
I wouldn't say selective is the right word, but we created this list because we saw that they would have something to kind of
Contribute. Right.
So we didn't really open it up to everybody. It was more of like who we wanted to reach out
Chat to specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
But I
so-
mean, if we want to open it up, and that was in an attempt to not get as many, like, selling.
Yeah.
It was because we wanted it to be activity-based.
Okay. I'll look through the chamber and just see if there's anybody else that's not on the list already.
I do have a teacher who has a beehive, and I'm pretty sure she said, like, she and her sister make, like, chapstick and, like, soap from the wax. So I don't know if you'd be interested, if I could talk to her and see if she'd be interested in doing anything, because that might be a selling thing that we'd,
And then the selling thing, so we did, I'm looking at those, and we did have some, like the ones that we reached out to was what Riley's Roots, and I think that was, it didn't end up coming, but it was pots made out of recycled materials for plates.
Oh, yeah.
And then Girl Baj was art from recycled materials. Cloister was local honey, so like, people were selling things out there, but they were either like natural made or recycled.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I guess those are the type of things that you'd expect.
Yes.
That's
In the
it.
past, it was like treats, so it didn't make sense. So we
I had her
kind
for tea
of
glasses
focused
last
in a
year,
little bit more
same
to go
last
along
year.
with
Heard a lot about it.
renewables, sustainability.
In keeping with the theme, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, we didn't just want like arts and crafts, because that's the Garibaldi Festival would make more sense for arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. We're good on that item. Move on to the Urban Community Forestry Grant Update.
Yes, quick update. So, City Council, thank you very much, approved the contract from Davy Tree Group, I think is what they're called. So we are now working on getting the PO and starting the process with them. Once we have all that, like, official paperwork completed, we'll start getting the steering committee together. I think one of y'all emailed me. Yeah. Somebody emailed me about it. So planning board is meeting this month. We're gonna get 2 members from them. And then we're working on the list to include who else needs to be included. So city council members, builders, developers, local and large, that kind of thing. But we should have more information within the next few weeks. We're just wrapping up the final official documentation to get that contract
Okay,
fully
good.
started.
Good.
But that is moving forward, so, yay. But that was, that's the only update.
So should that get kicked off before the New Year's?
Yes, it definitely
Okay,
will. because
it'll
we are on
start
a
in December
timeline.
maybe?
We're on a timeline and have to show deliverables and kind of reports. I think our first mid-report is due January for the grant that this is associated
Okay.
with.
Good.
So that'll be kicking off soon.
When does the new city council, elected city council members take office?
Next meeting.
Next meeting? Okay.
If you'd like to come. The December meeting's always fun because we start with the tree lighting, and then they'll go down to Stowe Park for the Festival of Trees, and then come back up here for the December city.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Meeting.
All right. Good.
The meeting usually starts at 6:45 if we have, as far as our work session, that's a normal time for the work session.
Okay.
And then we'll swear them in right after the work session's over and done with, we start the regular meeting, to take the road, stuff like that, so.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
We got two new council people in there, they're both pretty sharp people.
The other update was the Tree City USA application update. Those applications came out last week, so really what it is paperwork for staff to complete, and it's basically reapplying for our Tree City USA status. So our Public Works Department is working on the financial side of it, which is how much money did we spend on trees, how much money did we spend on pruning, how much money we spent on removing decayed trees, that kind of thing. So they're working on that, and I'm working on putting together everything that the board has done, which is mainly about the event that we did, kind of outreach from there. So that is due December 2nd, I think. December 2nd or 5th, I don't know why, those 2 dates are stuck in my head. But we'll have that up, and then we should know within the next month or so, we received our certification again.
No new requirements or anything more stringent? It's just, okay.
Just reapply.
All right. So next, recycling?
I saw some emails going back and forth about posts for recycling.
Pretty good response. So, a little bit about me. I'm never on social media.
Thank God, I don't get on it either.
So I went on Nextdoor, I went on Facebook, and my wife Lori was like, wow, you got like all these people responding to your comment. It was after just a few hours. So it was nice. A lot of people like thanked me for putting that out there. The first post was about don't put plastic bags in your recycling bin because it causes issues. And I kind of just copy and pasted the response from our waste management representative, and then someone else asked about pizza boxes, which I was responding to him too. So, I mean, it wasn't met with, hey, this is annoying, please don't post this again. It was kind of met nicely, so I think, keep going with it, and I think it's a good way to disperse this information. Because a lot of it, I mean, you're just taking a guess before.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way, if anyone's in charge of this, if we could make maybe a Facebook page for the board, or like an Instagram account. So I know the city has an Instagram, like I could.
We're really in the process of like a branding strategy right now, so I don't think they'll be, they won't love the idea of creating more for us to
separate-
manage.
If anything, it's probably using the existing
Yes,
city
yeah,
pages.
existing.
Yeah.
And for some reason right now, I don't know what, in the past 2 weeks, I have not been able to access it from mine. We've been having some weird admin control problems with Facebook. So that's the only reason I didn't post it when y'all's emails came through, is because when I went to go add it, it didn't work. So we're trying to figure out what Facebook changed on the settings end to get all of our profiles back up. So we tried, everybody is editors, it's not working. Everybody is admin, it's not working. So we're trying to figure out that. So right now, only 2 people can post, which is very difficult when they're both out. Yeah, so it's been fun.
Where did you post? Was it the city board?
Yes,
Yes.
I posted it from my personal Facebook and my personal Nextdoor.
I see, okay.
But the last line was, feel free to repost, so.
And I think that's great, because if it's coming from residents, and residents are, you're more likely to share from your neighbor versus on the city's page. Yeah. It's less stuffy.
So the next door area, is that focused on all of Belmont, or just a subset of Belmont?
I was given an option,
Okay.
and the option was Belmont or Belmont and surroundings. And Belmont and surroundings was a pretty high number in the thousands of people, so
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I'll pick that one.
It's like, it starts with your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of go out from there.
So I think like McAdenville got it, Mount Holly got it, that's what it seems like. But yeah, I think it went well, and who's gonna do the next post? And then,
I was thinking, I could just take yours, the first
Yeah.
one, and then post it first to our local neighborhood, and then we're connected through kind of a South Belmont, Still Creek
Yeah.
area, we go across the
I don't
river.
think where you post from will reach to
Yeah.
where you.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I don't think it does.
that's the idea, so I put that email out, right, with the message, and then you copy and paste it and make it your own. And then next week, I'm hoping that someone else will do the same, and then I'll copy your message, and then I'll post it in mine. And then, who said that they would make a spreadsheet?
I sent a Google Doc with a table in it that we can use.
Okay,
Yeah, I
perfect.
Show like
emailed
which
the link.
topics we've covered, I guess?
Yeah,
Okay.
along with the messages. So if you want to add it on there, I don't know if you want to also send out an email just saying, like, hey,
Oh,
I
perfect,
did
so,
this.
all right, so you added it,
there, yeah.
okay. Nice, all right, so, yeah, who wants to do this next week?
I can do it.
Boom.
Nice.
And I'll post your, because I'm in North Belmont,
geez, that's
so
weird.
mine will go to North Belmont, and some of it's like Charlotte too, but,
So it probably won't reach us in South Belmont.
Right.
So I can take yours,
Yes.
post it in mine, and reach the rest of Belmont, or at least our part of it.
does anyone have an idea of what the next topic should be?
Well, it sounded like you had a question on pizza boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah? Good one.
It's like, it might not be a bad idea
Whenever
to
we
just
get
go through the
closer to
recycling.
Christmas, I would focus on
FAQs.
geographic program.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Jennifer, what did you mention?
So I was just saying, we can just go through the recycling FAQs that we posted
Yes,
and pick
yeah.
out some of those that we think are hot topics.
That's a year's worth of postage.
Exactly, exactly.
All right.
Plenty of material.
I have a question on the recycling. Did we ever ask them about doing stickers to go on the bins?
Yes, and we brought that up many times. It's a matter of,
Yeah, I know it was on the list to ask them, and I don't recall what the answer was.
for Waste Pro, it was, you can do it, print it. It's more of like city funds too.
Oh, okay, so
Print this off.
they're not going to do it, but
They're not
we
gonna
are
do it. It would
welcome
have
to
to be
do
a
it.
city initiative.
Okay.
Debbie, do they have an office? Yeah, wait, but they were talking about.
They were talking about
Public
putting an
Works at
office,
one time.
I don't think they put one in Public Works, but I think they opened up a new one in Mount Holly.
They did,
And the Mount Holly office services us as well. But yeah, it's definitely, it's a doable thing. It's feasible, but it's a matter of money to print, design,
Is it rent?
and then go to all the residents' houses and.
They have a rent.
What were the stickers?
Yes.
With them too, so you
Just
might get them to
a
get
cheat
together
sheet
and-
on what, on doing
Okay,
that,
okay.
summary of all of these questions
Earlier
that,
this year, and that's where we kind of talked about those ideas.
yeah.
Is that just a matter of requesting budget for next year to do it?
I think so.
So is that something we should present to the city council? I guess we've never gone for budget,
Yeah.
requests.
We have our budget meeting in January at the Whitewater Center where we meet.
Okay.
And we've had it there for the last couple of years, and it gives you, Friday night, we usually just discuss and talk about how we're gonna try to get along together. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
So the next day, we cover business and stuff like that. So if you have anything that you wanna make as a point, it would be good to get it to either Jamie or Adrian or Jamie Campbell,
Okay.
and they can bring it up.
Because the people can
Thinking
share
about
it.
this now, I think we did do a line item. So our budget runs July to June, so I think we do have, we did request for the Crayola recycling campaign, so we can do that again. But I can ask Shelley about building this in for next year as well, to do the recycling stickers.
Yeah, because I'm about to make a handmade one. We have 2 recycling bins at the office, and every time I look in there, there's plastic bags. And it's driving me crazy, so I'm going to make a homemade one.
If you need one, though.
Pardon me?
They'll bring you an extra recycling thing.
Yeah, but people are contaminating it. They have
Putting all the
a
wrong
bag of
things in there.
recycling, and, everybody from each office comes with their, and in it goes, and it's like, so offices are actually probably some of the worst offenders,
It's not as straightforward as what it seems. You think in your head, plastic's recyclable. There's a little plastic bag, why not? You know, so it just takes that little bit of, information
Yep.
passing.
Bless you.
Bless you.
So you actually kind of gave a good segue to the next agenda item. So city council, 2 new members, they are going to be meeting in December or January.
We meet December.
December to kind of go over their strategic planning for the city. So where we talked about strategic planning and kind of what's the city council's direction for this board, they'll be deciding that at that meeting, so.
There's 2 new members on it now too, so
Yeah.
they're gonna be learning. Yeah,
Yes.
difference.
So, I think, and you guys saw the emails go back, we can still kind of decide how we want to keep moving forward with this board, but as far as initiatives, that's going to come out of the meeting that they have in December.
Okay. I did speak to Jim Heffern about sustainability, and we were going to follow up and have a discussion around what that means and
Jim-
how it might apply to the city of Belmont, for instance.
He's a sharp guy.
Yes, he is.
Good guy, good guy.
So is there anything we can or should be doing in preparation for that, just to make sure that specific topics that we'd like to focus on?
The biggest thing is letting people know, and city staff,
Okay,
what you're planning on doing and stuff like that, so they can give you some suggestions and ideas as to who you need to go to or what the case may be.
And if there's something y'all really want, I can give it to Shelley, and she attends the second day of their workshop.
okay.
She's kind of our.
All right, liaison, yep.
So that starts on the next meeting on December 2nd, I believe it is?
They'll be sworn in December 2nd.
Okay.
And then I think the retreat is scheduled.
They'll be sworn out December 3rd after they get out.
I think there's, yeah, the retreat is right.
So to simplify what we want to give to the new board, we take our tasks or initiatives for the year, Arbor Day and Bee City and recycling, and we should put that in an email or just pass it to you and you'll pass it along, or
I'll basically take what you say, put it into a formal email, give it to Shelley, and Shelley will take it to.
Yeah, we got a great city manager, and Adrian's very open to different things and stuff like that, so I'd go through his department.
Yeah.
Let him do that.
Okay.
I think one thing we had discussed, probably when I first joined the board, was like setting some type of like quantifiable goals. And I think that's something we still haven't done, so I think that's something I would want to put forward is, you know, we would want to work with city staff and the city manager to identify what, you know, what those should be, make sure we're all in agreement, but, you know, have something that's a little more kind of formal and public around what we're doing.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. We're seeing a lot of cities in the country that are setting goals around energy, sustainability, carbon reduction, greenhouse gas reduction. And, you know, it'd be good to at least have that discussion to see if there's something that's appropriate for Belmont.
Protects the environment,
Yep.
that's the whole thing.
But it also would be consistent with, you know, the strategic plan for Belmont overall. Just-
Right. It's really helping preserve what we have, right? Yeah.
I think we can dedicate the January meeting to goal setting and work plan, because we need that anyways
Yeah.
for the year. But once they meet and make their vision, that will allow us to make a vision.
Kind of coordinate with that, yeah.
As long
Yeah.
And
as
that would also give us an opportunity, when we have our retreat in January, to be able to discuss some of the things that have been brought up and stuff like that too.
That's what I was
Yeah,
going to say,
that'd
as
be
long as it's before the city council meeting in January, because if we need budget for any of the goals that we lay
Yeah.
down, we.
Is there a way that we can help shape their vision?
Yeah, we don't usually pass our budget until June.
Oh, June, oh, so you just talk about it then and then, okay.
It's a 6-month process.
We look at what all we need to encompass in our budget before we make that decision.
Okay, so as long as we have our ideas and goals, then we can feed them through. Okay.
So then it might be useful before, gosh, I guess before the December meeting, then, if that's when you're doing your planning, to at least get like some bullet points of like, here are some things that we consider kind of key areas that we would like to focus on, just to make sure that you all are in agreement with that. And I think that aligns with what we were already discussing around like our committee structure, so.
And we can do that at our December meeting, because I think our December meeting will be before their retreat in January.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
Their
it.
retreat in January.
Got it.
I had a lady complain to me today about the trees at Belmont Middle School, the new one.
Yeah.
Had to take them down. We had no choice, but we're gonna replant trees there,
Yes.
you know, when that gets done, but he said, there've been coyotes killing animals over
Can you
there.
imagine?
Oh,
And that's something that will be beneficial when our tree consultant comes. They're gonna analyze how our current ordinance is working.
Yeah.
With the replanting of the trees after
Right.
the development is done, if that, you know, in 10, 20 years, does that actually replace the canopy that was lost? So I'm interested to see all those reports that they do.
Yeah.
So we said December meeting, we'll talk about the goals that we want to share with the city council.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I like the timing of that. Unfortunately, I'm out of town. I don't know if, I can't dial in for that.
Yeah, let me see.
What?
What date's
Can we,
December
can we
meeting?
do that?
It's the
Yeah, we're-
11th.
We
It's the
might-
11th?
Yes.
Be in the East Coast. I know that. Okay, maybe I'll do that.
Okay. Okay, so I guess that concludes the strategic planning, unless anyone wants to dive into anything else for now.
Can't think of any.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, so the next,
Record finish?
That is.
I think we are done, meeting adjourned. I think we all have a lot of homework.
How much I appreciate you working with Belmont, trying to help our community get better. Thank you so much, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Doing the same.
What you got in discussion, so. You're from North Belmont, right?
I am.
Where do you live in North Belmont?
Pleasant Street.
Yeah, my wife was raised in North Belmont.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right by
I'm a
the,
Yankee.